It's not an exaggeration to say this NAS has completely changed the way I interact with my digital life, my privacy, data ownership, my work, photos, and just so many other things. Synology sent me the DS923 Plus NAS. Now, I'm notoriously kind of against self-hosting things. I like to just work, not work on making things work. So I went in ready for some issues and perhaps not even liking the product. Fortunately, I was up and running in about 15 minutes with my black box. The first thing I wanted to try was having all my backups, and consolidating my files to the NAS as manual backups to local drives is a royal waste of time and, frankly, sanity.
Gonna cry?
My fingers hurt.
It took me about a week to get my files organized on the NAS, and right away I knew that this would definitely stay, especially since I could have my devices automatically back up to it in the background without my involvement. And by the way, it's actually backing up every single day automatically. Photos are next. Way back in the day, before I was a woke privacy advocate,
Oh, wait, you serious? Let me laugh even harder.
I'm still gonna always recommend an Apple iDevice over like any Android device to most people in my life. It's just generally gonna be better for privacy and security for them, from what I've done and what I've researched.
it's all in a nice clean interface that has made me just love taking photos again. Seriously, I can't make this up. My photo situation before this made me hate taking photos because I'd constantly think every time I snapped a photo, I'd think about how every photo I took, I'd have to go through the grueling process of manually backing up and sorting through it and organizing everything manually and then making copies. It's a pain in the ass. I don't think this is better than Google Photos, but it's like 7 or 8 out of 10 of what Google Photos ever gave me, with infinitely better privacy and data ownership. I love Synology Photos. Yeah, I love it. Aside from photos, there's Video Station, which is my new home for some of my personal projects I've worked on. It's like a bare bones Plex server. What's important here is I don't have to dig up my hard drives and bring them with me when I need to show friends something cool I did a few years ago or back in high school or something. Even when I'd go on dates and I hit like the second or third date and they start asking me for photos and videos, I literally have to tell them, all right, well next time I'll whip out the hard drives. It's insanity, actually.
You are a sad, strange little man.
But what about the elephant in the room? Business! Video production. How this video was made. Each one of our videos here on Techlore can require anywhere between 5 gigabytes to sometimes 50 gigabytes per video. Tori is our editor, who is a human who exists and does not live with me, as many of you creeps sometimes seem to think. Tori needs my footage for videos that she edits, and there's still a lot that I do on those videos. In other words, we need a good real-time syncing solution for remote editing that both of us can access at any given time. My theory behind migrating to the NAS is we could combine our production, instead of having multiple services, into a single place. This theory was very accurate for myself with no issues.
You keep using the word. I don't think it means what you think it means.
Now, before covering privacy and security, I wanted to summarize the general usability of things, personal and business. First, regarding technical knowledge required to use this, it took me weeks, if not months, to really figure out the NAS and feel comfortable with it. Not because the device itself is complicated, though I wouldn't describe it as necessarily easy. The larger issue was actually figuring out how to set up workflows that make the most sense with my NAS and my life. And this journey is a huge reason why this review took months longer than expected. So thanks for the patience, Synology, and especially you viewers, as I just tried to wrap my mind around this device. While Synology makes things easier for people unfamiliar with self-hosting, it won't be easy enough for people who don't have at least a basic understanding of how technology works, at least in its current state. I'm not saying someone who's not tech-savvy couldn't figure it out, I just don't think it's quite the target demographic. My third point, and actually my largest complaint, with Synology's usability in general. And for this, I think a picture speaks 1,000 words. Now, I'm willing to admit a good number of negative reviews on Synology's clients and software may be a result of user error, given there are millions of things that can go wrong when you self-host something. But while some clients genuinely surprised me in how good they were, like Photos and Office, a lot of the clients were meh. They didn't feel polished, were cumbersome to use, and lacked features found in their mainstream counterparts, so I'd really like to see some better clients. I want to again thank Synology for sending us this review unit and completely transforming both my and my team's workflows. I also want to thank our patrons who enable us to keep improving our content and help us spread privacy and security to the masses.
Oh, wait, you serious? Let me laugh even harder.
Do you want to talk about Synology?
Yeah, it was interesting because you reached out and you were like, I can't believe you didn't thank me, which is true because like you helped so much with the whole Synology setup. And so like I can thank you now at least, but you were included in the original A-roll recording and the original script, but the original recording was like 20 minutes and I had to cut that down. Just so people are in the loop, Synology sent the NAS to us for free, but they didn't pay for the drives or anything like that. So we kind of got like a 50% discount on it because the drives ended up being about the cost of the NAS. And like, I don't know, I guess like it's up to people's decision if that influenced the review. I tried to not let that influence the review. I feel like I was still pretty critical of a lot of things because there's things to be critical about. Like the clients are pretty lackluster sometimes.
Yeah.
And the I think Quick Connect has issues. I think that it not being open source is kind of whack given like the target audience of this thing. And what else? There was another big thing. No WireGuard. Like, what the hell? Like, what are we living in 2010?
Ridiculous. That's crazy. Yeah, I was kind of sad that you didn't bring that up in the video because I think it's great, like if you're self-hosting stuff at home, just in general, having like a secure network that extends beyond your own like router is super, super useful. I don't know if it's like something that you could cover in a full video, but it's something that people should check out, like if they do this kind of self-hosting stuff themselves.
Right, and it's pretty universal too. Like that is a much easier configuration to set up on just a Raspberry Pi. So you
Right.
could at least have like a few files. Even if it's like your password manager, you can set up like a KeyPass database and just connect to it via Tailscale on any device, and that's a way to synchronize your passwords. So yeah, that'd be a cool video to do. Yeah, I mean, I kind of touched on it was just so hard, dude. Like everything felt important in that review, and cutting it from 20 minutes to like the less than 16 minutes was already super hard to do, and I had to cut so many important things out. But yeah, it's a tough one.
I like it quite a lot too. I pretty much agree with everything that Henry said in the video that just went up. So,
Is there anything that you didn't agree with that you were like,
I
I'm
don't
curious.
think so. I mean, I think it's kind of crazy that you're using Video Station instead of Plex, but that's just me. If you have a QNAP NAS, great. You should not port forward anything to it. That's all that's all the advice that I would share for you.
Honestly, I wouldn't even on the Synology. Like, I don't trust port forwarding anything. Like, that was not even a consideration for me. Not once was I like, I'm gonna compromise and just open some ports and make things easier for myself. That was never an option.